There's not much typing though. It's, I think we just have to figure out how to do it though.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
uh,
I can do it if you want.
yeah, sure,
Although
go
to
ahead.
be all right. Um, I gotta I gotta actually reclone everything though.
Okay.
But I gotta. Do you have that document on how to do the cloning?
Uh,
Because I always mess it up unless I like
so
follow
like if
the
you go to
steps.
can you go to documents? Yeah, it's
Um,
creating and pushing a branch. Yeah.
bam. I don't know why he has that first instruction structured the way it is. Like that just doesn't work.
Okay.
Is this the right way to do this?
I don't know.
I just remember the way he has it didn't work at all, and I had to like modify
Uh,
the last part of this. Let's see if this works. Oh, yep, that worked. All right,
okay.
no worries. I'm gonna do bundle install first.
And without production, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Is it dash dash without production?
Right, right. That's correct.
Without dash production?
No, no, just production. Yeah.
Sweet. So I'm gonna do git checkout dash B. What are we calling our branch?
Um,
What do they call it on Pivotal Tracker?
owning events.
Owning events. Yeah. Okay. I think everybody has their own standards for when you capitalize and when you don't. I can't keep up with it. All right.
Okay.
So that should be good, right?
Right.
Alrighty. Piece of cake. So what is the first thing that we're doing?
I think yeah, we have to add the foreign key. Uh, so we
The
have to add.
foreign key.
I mean, you have to add a new column to either the users table or events table. Like,
It's users, right? Because we want to store
can you
the
check out
foreign.
can you check out the link that I just sent you?
Oh yeah, sure. Where'd you send it? Pivotal Tracker
No,
or
no. In our
Slack?
group chat. No, in the group chat.
Okay, there's so many goddamn chats now.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I see what I'm doing wrong here.
And if you go to 2.3,
What was that?
Can you go to 2.3? I mean, go down.
Do.
Yeah. So this is exactly what we want. So others is our users, and books is our events. So what they did is they have a author ID in books. So so what I think is we might need
This is
user. Yeah, we might need user ID inside events table.
okay. I
And
see what you're saying. That makes perfect sense, but that's completely backwards from how I was looking at it.
oh, okay,
But no, this looks right. I just have to give myself a second to like
okay,
flip my head around because I was thinking we were going to store in each user like an array of events that they owned, like the event IDs. But this is sort of the opposite. But this actually seems simpler.
okay, yeah,
Like we don't have to make an array for one thing,
yeah, yeah, right.
and then instead of checking what the user owns, we'll just check what user owns the event.
Hmm.
All right. But we still have to do the migration on the database, right?
Right.
Okay. So we'll do the has many association and then we'll do the database migration.
Or uh, is that how it works?
Is it? I thought it was. Is it not?
Uh, I think before that we have to create the new column and then do the has many migration.
Oh, you're saying the order matters?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna run any code. I was just gonna do it all at once and then fire it up and see what happened.
Okay. All right. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
probably makes more sense to do the migration first
Right.
anyway.
Okay.
So, what is it? Rails generate migration.
Right.
You want to call this thing?
Mm,
And is it capitalized? I never remember. What do the other ones look like? It's all lowercase. All right. Um,
maybe
add
add. Yeah. Add.
add owner to events.
Right.
All right. Where's my migration?
You're in the wrong directory. I mean, you're looking at the wrong directory.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lowercase. This is uppercase.
Yeah.
That's weird. I thought capitalization didn't matter on Unix directories, but whatever. That's really not important. Good call, though. I was completely in the wrong directory. I do that a lot, like enough that you would think I'd figure it out by now.
Yeah. That's. Yeah.
Am I the only one that
And
does that?
and that's really hard to find.
Yeah. Add owner to events.
Right.
I'm gonna look at this one. Remember what we're doing. Define change, add column.
Right.
It's just an integer, right?
Uh,
Or is there another way to refer to it?
I would say, is it? I don't know.
Add column.
Yeah, it should be integer. Yeah, it should be integer.
But now we're adding it to users, right?
Uh,
No, it is events. Like I said, we're doing this
yeah,
backwards now. My head has
yeah.
all right.
And
Do events.
user ID.
Yeah, user ID. That makes sense to me. That, with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That's it, right?
Looks good to me. guess we'll run the migration just to make sure I don't have any typos.
Right.
The status first, just to make sure.
Okay.
All right, so that worked.
Do you want to do rake db test prepare, something like that?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I've never been clear on what this does, and I've kind of
Yeah,
stopped
me
doing it,
neither.
and it hasn't given me any issues.
Yeah, me
What is
neither.
it? RakeDB colon test
Yeah, colon prepare.
colon prepare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have to do the has many relationship.
Yeah. Which I'm literally just going to copy and paste because I don't really understand what it's doing. Do, 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 do. In user, right?
Right.
And we just do has many colon events.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how
yep.
they had it.
Okay.
So I guess the first step is to see if that actually worked.
Okay.
Is there something else we need to do for this? I mean,
think-
obviously we should have done testing first, but we didn't. But
Right. Mm,
one-to-many migration. Yeah, I think this is done. I figured that part would be easy. It's the next two that I don't really know how to do.
Yeah.
But I'll run everything just to be sure. Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Yeah.
Nothing broke. I mean, we weren't expecting to see any changes.
Right.
Do we want to write tests for this? Or
I
do we
don't
want to
know.
go on to the next thing?
Like, how do we test that though?
I don't know. Like, we haven't. I guess we don't. I guess the test for the next one will
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
fail if this doesn't work.
Right.
So, yeah, I think you're right about that. All right, so now the tricky part.
Right.
Excuse me. Edit button only appears if you own the event. So we need a way to check who the currently logged in user is, which is the current user that you were talking about, right?
Right.
And then once we check the current user, we can see if that matches the what's that?
Or we can just mock it. I mean, not mock it. We can just assign that event.current user equals whatever the name is. Or like, do you know how to no, just never mind. So if we just log in the current user will be the login name, right?
I believe so. I'm not really sure what data fields the user has. I can look that up real quick.
Yeah. If you go to schema.rb, it's there.
Yeah, that's smart. I never look at the schema file. I really should. Oh, so the users has nothing but name and password.
Wait, that doesn't.
But they have to have a user ID, right? That's just not listed in schema.rb. Because
This
there's
doesn't.
always
This doesn't
an
make any
integer
sense.
ID. What do you mean?
Like,
I think it's
like I did the migration part, and there should be more fields. I don't know why it's not updated though.
what fields is it missing for the users table?
Yeah, there should be more table. Oh, I know why. Because we didn't push it to the GitHub. We couldn't test it, so there should be more fields there. Like,
Oh,
wow,
we need those other fields?
yes, we need. That's how we do the Google authentication, right?
To be honest, I did not understand how you guys did that at all. I've
Uh,
been kind of hoping that you were going to explain that as we were going along because it was complicated, and I know there's more than one way to do it. So I don't know what version. Like, did you guys use that OmniAuth thing?
yeah, we did that.
Okay, I didn't want to put a bunch of research into that without even knowing if it was the right thing to be looking at.
So this is
So
we have to assume that we are done with the Google authentication thing. Like, we are actually done. We couldn't test it. That's a problem we have.
oh, right. Do you know when that's going to be pushed roughly, or is it kind of in limbo because of the testing problem?
Like, I don't know when we are getting it done. It looks hard.
It does
But
look hard. I did not feel.
so what we can do is Shafkat has that part. I mean, the the bumps file that has everything done for Google authentication. So I'll just download it and send it to you, and we can work on that maybe. I mean, is it something we could do? Like, we need the Google authentication part to get our thing done, right?
Well, I'm not sure. Do we like
Of course, yeah.
once? But once you're logged in with the Google authentication, how do you check? Well, I guess you just use the current user thing, right?
Yes.
But the value that we're storing in the events table is an integer, the user ID, right?
Yes.
So when we use the current user method, aren't we just going to take the user ID
Oh, yeah, yeah.
field from that user object? So is that something that we can mock or stub out? And
Yeah, maybe. So we can, but we cannot really test it though. Like, if our thing works.
we can't test this stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no actual login with what we have right now.
No, there isn't.
So how
We could write tests, but I feel like they would. Let me ask you this, because I don't understand still how this authorization works. Is this the right way to be storing the owner for an event in the event field is with the user ID integer? I mean, is that the OmniAuth way to check who owns something? Because if this is the right way to do it, which I'm not sure it is, then I think we can stub it all out. But to be honest, I'm not sure what the like idiomatic way to check who owns an object is using OmniAuth.
So how OmniAuth works is, like, in the homepage there will be a link, sign in with Google or whatever. So once you
Right.
click on that, you will redirect to the Google authentication thing. And if you log in successfully,
Yep.
you will get a new row in the users table with the name, some random fields, whatever. I mean, the some Google tokens and stuff.
Really? It
Yeah,
automatically puts an entry in
yeah,
the users table? That's
right,
pretty cool.
right. So
And so when it does that, that user has to have the user ID, right? Like that just happens automatically for anything that gets put into any database in Rails.
right, like can you go to my screen? Like I can just
Yeah.
show you what happens here.
Um,
Right. So once
yep.
once I click in Google, sign in with Google, just sign. I mean, since I'm already logged in with my Gmail, just say signed in as Thomas Matthew.
Right. And so that action automatically
Right.
adds a row to the
I can just show you
users table.
from um, Rails. Right. So this is the user table. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, yeah,
Oh, this is cool. I didn't know you. I guess I did know you could do this, but it never would occurred to me to try. All right.
and I can show you the schema file. Let me see. Do you know where the schema file is?
It's under database, isn't it? Just DB.
Ah,
Yeah, I think it's in there.
okay. So this is our users table. We have provider, UID.
Okay. So I've been assuming that we were using the UID integer, but should we be using the string, the UID? You probably don't know, right?
No,
That wasn't part of what you guys were doing before.
no. Um, User ID should be. Yeah, you are right. It should be.
Because user ID is an integer and then UID is a string.
I don't know.
We could figure it out. What's this thing called? Omni authorization?
Yeah, OmniAuth.
It's just called OmniAuth, okay. OmniAuth Rails.
Oh, UID is something to do with the Google, not anything related to our events or whatever.
That makes sense.
Or is it the name? Like, I'm just confused. Like
I don't know.
like
I don't know. Maybe it
like
doesn't matter.
this is
Maybe
the provider, this is the UID. So this is the provider. Yeah, this is the UID. So it's some random number. So it should be from Google.
all right. Well, okay. So I'm not clear on if we should be doing the user ID, the UID, or the username. But if we do any of those, can't we?
No, you cannot use
We
UI. You cannot use UID because that's some random number generated by
Google.
Google, and you cannot use the name because you can have multiple users with the same name.
All right. So it has to be the user ID,
Uh,
right?
should be the user ID.
Because that's guaranteed to be unique across our application, and it's not going to change.
So I'm just confused. What is user ID? Is it number one? Is that the user ID? This number one and number two.
I believe that is correct, but I wouldn't swear to it.
Okay.
But I think so because you only have 2 users, and that's. I think it really just starts numbering at 1 and goes all the way out.
Okay.
That's what it's been doing for the events anyway.
Right.
And it was doing that for the movies when we were using Rotten Potatoes.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Right. So yeah, it should be the ID. Yeah.
So then we're back to the question: can't we just create like a mock user?
Right. Right. So you don't. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Okay. So then, all right, I've still got a half hour before I have to go. Let's see if we can get some of this to work. So what do we actually want to do? We want to add code to the controller.
Right.
To the events controller.
Yeah, but before doing that, we have to assign the current user as something that we have already in the table. Like because we don't have a current user, right?
Right. We don't, as far as I know.
Yeah. So we have to mock it, saying like you event dot, or is it like user dot current user, or I don't know, something dot current user equals some values.
Yeah, as far as the testing goes, I mean, right?
I don't know.
I think all we have to do is in the events controller, in the show method of the events controller specifically, we have to pass the current user into the view so that the view can check to see if it wants to display that link or not. Although I don't like the idea of putting
Yeah.
if statements or whatever we would have to do in the view.
Yeah, that's right.
You see what I'm saying, or am I not making any sense?
Yeah, I think you're right. We shouldn't have any code inside views.
I was actually talking to Rose about that, and she said something about. Do you remember the Rotten Potatoes homework, like the early on one where we had to change the we had to enable highlighting when you clicked on a
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically the same technique she said,
Right.
but I haven't looked into that to see how it works.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe we can we just get the current user thing to work
Yeah.
like one step at a time?
Right, right.
I don't think this is we're going to need the current user, right? So if I can just say something like you're not looking at are you looking at my screen right now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. If I can just say something like at current user equals is it really just current user? That's the
Mm,
helper method. I think I still have that link you sent me up. Is this right? Current user.
uh,
This says we need the devise gem.
is it already there? Like,
I don't see it. But I mean we can add it real quick.
okay. Yeah, it's already there. Gem
Oh
device.
yeah. It is there. Oh no, this is I'm doing it again. This is the lowercase bums from just before when I was messing
Yeah.
around trying to get that to work before we started this.
Okay.
But that didn't work, which is why I'm a little concerned it's not going to work over here either. Gem file. Okay. Devise. Bundle install. All right, now I'll bet you this crashes when I try to view a page. That's what it was doing to me before. Come on. Yeah. Undefined local variable or method current underscore user.
Okay. Mm,
Name conflict, but I'm going to change that anyway. Yeah. So why doesn't that work?
uh, like we have to uh, assign some value to current user. I mean, for some reason, current user is not valid. I don't know.
I thought it was a helper method that we got from the devise gem. But we have to assign.
Yeah, but remember that we didn't have the Google authentication thing in our program. I mean, is that why? Like, I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Until we implement the Google, or well, you guys did implement it, but
right,
since we don't have it here,
right,
the Google login current user isn't going to work
right.
because there is no current user.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we're back where we were before. We can't implement this without the Google stuff, right?
Right. But I know there is some way we could fix that. Uh,
Can we get the Google stuff patched over here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm. Can you have who has the updated code with the authentication? Shafkat?
Yeah,
Can does he have that on a public Git repo?
I don't know. I mean, I can
And
just
even if he does, if it hasn't been merged back in with the rest of the stuff,
right,
then we'll have that functionality, but not other functionality.
right.
Oh boy. Well, we're on break right now. It's not like we have to do this by Monday.
You're right.
Were
Um,
you guys going to get this working before the end of the break? Or do
uh,
you not have a plan for that?
we could do something. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could do. We don't have to get it done by today or tomorrow. I mean, we can just take some time and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that might be the thing to do. I'm trying, like, is is there a way to do this without that login user functionality?
Uh,
Because I just don't see how we're going to do it.
like I don't know. Like I cannot find it right now. Like in one of Stack Overflow cousin, I found that we could set some name to be the current user, like set current user equals something, and if we can do that, then we can just get it working, right?
Uh, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, but I don't know how to set the current user.
Um, hmm. I would almost, instead of like doing a hack to get around this, it seems to me like it would be better to wait until we have the updated code base. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I have to log off in 20 minutes anyway.
okay.
So maybe we should wait on this. And if you guys don't have that testing done by, like, say, Wednesday,
Um,
maybe
yeah,
we'll try it again and try to hack around it. And if you get it done, then we can just do it the normal way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'd prefer to do it like Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, just because I work on the weekends
Uh-huh.
and I'm more free during the week. But if you're
Hmm.
going to get the testing done, on Friday, I can still meet up next weekend. We can do this then.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe we can just run the code without the testing. Although I don't think Rose is going to want that stuff merged in without.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Even as I'm saying that, I'm like, no, that's not going to fly.
Right.
Which is smart. I mean, we really shouldn't be putting it in without the testing. But I don't know. Who's on the team that has to get that testing done? Like, who's doing that with you?
Shafkat.
Oh, it's just you two?
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
Uh,
Hum. What can you? Maybe I'll look at it. I don't have too much going on after work tonight.
yeah,
Can
sure.
you?
I can just because I'm working on Shafkat's uh, workspace. I mean,
Yeah.
I can share it with you, but I can download
Can
his work, and or I could just ask him to share it with you.
could you ask him to see if there's a public Git repo for it that I can just uh, fork or clone? Actually, I think is the right word that I want there. If it's on a public Git repo
Uh-huh.
that I can just clone,
Right.
then I don't have to worry about messing up what you guys have while I'm tinkering around in it.
Or I could just download the file and you could just upload it to your workspace and unzip it, maybe something like that. Does that
Yeah,
work?
that would work. That would work too.
Okay. Maybe I can do it right
If
now.
whichever one's easier for you.
Okay.
If you can send me that, then I'll look at it tonight. I don't think I'll get anything done with it because you guys know way better what you're doing than I do. But I'll at least take a look at it.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna sign off then because we'll have to
Okay.
reconvene on this one. I'm glad this is over the break, so we have time to like look at it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but I also don't want to spend my whole break looking at Ruby code.
So when do you wanna work then? Like Wednesday? Is that what you said?
uh, I'm free, except I work on the weekends. Is the only thing.
Okay.
I have the same schedule next week. Next weekend, where I work at 2 o'clock on Saturday and noon on Sunday.
Okay.
So whatever.
Okay. Um, so I can just work on it today, and I'll just see whatever. I mean, if it works or not. Like I can just try something, and hopefully I actually
Yeah.
figure out something.
All right.
All right. So we are calling off today, or
UFan can't do Wednesday, but that's all right. That schedule is very flexible. We'll figure that out once we figure out exactly what we need to do.
okay.
All right. I'm gonna stop the broadcast here.
Okay.